What's up, guys? So kind of an exciting day for me here. This is my first YouTube video on my new channel. I know a lot of you guys have been riding with me for years now, you know, on X or Discord or maybe even in more prehistoric places like Investors Hub, but I figured that YouTube was maybe a more ideal medium for me to be able to break down the due diligence that I do in identifying these penny stock runners ahead of time. The ticker I'm going to be covering today is SPRC. But my hope is that you guys will be able to take these case-by-case examples and sort of apply them to your own due diligence and identifying your own plays in the future. So just to dive right in, one of the things that attracted me to SPRC is it is a merger play. Some of you guys might remember from last week in the chat, we hit NIVF and MGOL just last week alone. Both really nice runners, both penny stock merger plays, and both really good wins for me personally in my account. Also had KAVL over the past couple of months, which has been a really nice swing, up about 50% on the highs so far. I think definitely more upside there too. I do still own shares, so one to keep an eye on as well. But just to break down the DD on SPRC, float and market cap are the same because the float and OS are the same. So we have basically a $4.9 million turnover, you know, or as low as 4, depending on the range that it's been trading in lately. Type of thing that, you know, if you got a catalyst like a merger closing, it'll trade very well on that. You're probably looking at, you know, 100% plus upside. So a little bit about the merging company. We know it's still pretty fresh because they did have a PR in January about Automax, which is the target company, by the way, and their first shipment of 13 million. The merger story has been ongoing for quite some time. You can see this Automax stuff kind of mixed in with the existing operations of the company. So something I was able to find recently that was really interesting about the merger is that they had this filing back in November that states basically that they deferred their closure date. That's what this consummation means, from November 30th, which was obviously ages ago, to now March 31st, which is coming up. So back when this filing hit, it probably didn't mean much to people because this closure date was still so far away. But now it's creeping up on us, guys. It's February already. It's almost mid-February. So, you know, my advice when it comes to these forward-looking types of catalysts and forward-looking dates is you usually don't want to procrastinate too much on loading up because a lot of times they get front run. And in an ideal world, you're looking at a really big win, you know, before you even have to figure out if the merger actually closes on time or not. So, you know, market's a forward-looking mechanism, never a bad idea to load up. And obviously I'm already in this one, so I'm playing this well ahead of time. Something else that I found that was pretty interesting about this is that they had a 180-day extension granted by the NASDAQ, which is a really big deal these days because some of you guys might have noticed the NASDAQ has new rules as of last month when it comes to you know, serial reverse split offenders and that type of thing. So you're going to see a lot more companies trying to get back over $1 organically. You know, if you see a company that sort of has a delist possibility priced in with this type of small market cap and low price, and then you see them get an extension, that can potentially be a pretty good medium-term catalyst because, you know, now they got a lot of wiggle room. This is 180 days from mid-January, so they have a lot of wiggle room and also an increased recent motivation to get back over $1 organically. In terms of a split risk, or, you know, any risk of them sort of wanting to play dirty when it comes to regaining one, I don't see any evidence of that. There's nothing in the filings. There's nothing having to do with the merger. I haven't seen it with a PR. So that tells me that the odds are fairly high that they'll try to regain one organically. In other words, they regain one and we get to make money on it. So, like I say, we have a merger. We have a 180-day extension. When it comes to maybe any other risks like dilution, we do have this deal from Yorkville. This is the only deal that I believe is active right now. It is showing, I mean, it wasn't updated for a while, but I do believe that they do have quite a bit left they can potentially sell. There was a filing recently. Yeah, so it's deemed effective here. It says basically that they sold 5 million shares so far. and they obviously have a lot more that they can sell. But when I was watching this trade last week, it seemed to be trading very clean. So you have this big sort of, I would look at this as a loading day because there wasn't a ton of range, and it all happened intraday. After that, it basically traded clean. You have these very low volume days. It's not breaking down. It's holding 40. And then you saw on Friday that, on only 700,000 shares, this jumped about 25%, which tells me that, if there is dilution, they're waiting to sell it higher, and it's not super active right now. So in my opinion, you have a $4.9 million company with a pending merger that's trading clean, and just a ton of upside here if we get a merger closure or even the expectation of such, guys. So one last angle that I like on this is they do have this psychedelic stuff going on. Some of you guys might have noticed there was a lot of chatter regarding the potential appointment of RFK as the health secretary of the U.S. He's known as a really pro-psychedelics and marijuana type guy, so that helps to explain the strength from indexes like MSOS and some of the other major leader names in psychedelics and marijuana. So to me, if he gets confirmed as the health secretary, this is potentially an equally big catalyst for SPRC. So we basically have a double scratch off here. I love situations where I can win for multiple reasons. You double your chances of getting lucky. And, if we end up winning on this, maybe it won't be much luck at all because we're in the right place at the right time with a lot of reasons to be in this. So, that's everything that I look at. I hope I was able to show you guys sort of the risks that I try to identify, as well as the upsides that I look for, in each of these plays. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop me a follow. Show me a little love here on X or wherever else. Obviously, the more positive feedback I get, the more I know you guys are out there and enjoying this stuff, and also the more motivated I feel to keep making content for free like this for you guys, because obviously, I'm human too. So, show some love. I'd be very grateful, and I'll try to keep churning these videos out in the future when I have time. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl tonight, and happy trading this week. I hope everybody has a good one. All right, deuces.